Okay, we're going to assemble another ET4 printer for the print farm here. We won't need this textured stick-on surface, and we won't need the glass bed. So we'll just take this off of here. Won't need these clips any longer. So the glass and the textured surface are out of here. We're going to be using this spring steel PEI sheet instead on here. But let's go ahead and get this thing put together. Okay, I'm gonna remove stuff here. Get all these packing and shipping pieces out of here. And turn this thing around a little bit. And get the hardware that came with it. Large wrench. Screw. More packing material out of here. Put this in position. I just pull it over the edge a little bit here and get this first screw. Okay, we just leave them loose. Let's get the second one started. Turn it around and do the same thing to the other side. Put the other two screws in. Okay. Put the last one in. Now we'll tighten them down. And now we'll tighten down the other side. Okay, we're all good and tight. Now, while we're back here, we're going to untape this. Here. And that plugs into our Z-axis servo motor. Okay. And also while we're here, we're going to go underneath. Take this piece of tape off. And feed ribbon cable and connector through this hole on the side. And come up here and plug it into this connector right here. Make sure it's in all the way and it'll snap shut. Okay, now turn it back around. Now we get our hot end and the carriage assembly for it. And go ahead and just slide it right on there. Okay. Now we turn it back around. Now we want to, and I just like to get this up a little higher where it's easier for me to see what I'm doing. And you slide this tube in all the way. And then we take these connectors. And the BL I'm looking for goes right up there on top. And goes below it to the inside right there. And this little white one's the thermocouple, and it goes right below BL. Okay, and then it's plugged in. This will be the there, and then the hot end goes right up above it. Okay, once those are all in, then we take this little packet that has the drive belt for the X-axis, and it has two little wire ties here. Those wire ties go right in here. What you're going to do is hold this thing in place so it doesn't, over time, cause those connections to break. Okay, put the second one in. Okay, so they're in. Now we'll go ahead and just clip those off. Okay, that's all good. Now we'll put the belt on. Just a couple little slides under here, they go on. Over, around, goes underneath the rollers, down the track, down here, over. And then we come back and put it in that side. Now we'll turn it around to the front. We'll loosen these up. allows this motor to slide back. Once that happens, then we can put this belt over the end down there. Then I come back, put my finger right on this, and with that, just use that one finger to pull tension. Pull it pretty tight with that one finger, and then tighten up a couple of these screws here. Check the tension. Tension's good. That goes down. Okay, got the belt tight. I just want to check alignment just a little bit here. You can move those in and out as needed. Just move in just a little bit. It's just simply so it doesn't rub the bottom of that track. Okay, now I want to check for any wobble here, any loose rollers. I'll check this bed here to make sure it's got a little bit of wobble to it. So what we're going to have to do is feel under here. Second roller back is a little loose. Okay, we got all the play out of those. Got the rollers adjusted. Little screen protector off. Okay, now we're ready to apply our PEI sheet. We open this up, we separate the magnet from the spring steel, and then on the bottom side of this magnet we peel back a little bit of this tape. Then I always like to use this front corner to line this thing up. That looks like it's going to go pretty good. As I peel that off, I'll work that down so I don't get any air bubbles in it. Okay. Good. Our spring steel. Place it on there. Okay, now that we've we've got that. Turn the power on. First thing we're going to do is preheat. We're going to get both the nozzle and the bed up to temperature. The reason for that is because we want it to be at the temperatures that it's going to be at when it's printing for us to do this calibration on the z-axis offset, or the distance between the nozzle and this bed. So we're letting that preheat. Another reason for preheating these before we do the bed leveling and setting the z-axis offset is that when they test these printers, they run some filament through them, and there's a little bit of filament left in the nozzle, and it can come out and create a little bubble on the end of that filament, and if you don't heat it up and melt that, it can give you a bad reading. Now, the first thing I want to do before I let this printer start running around and doing its thing, I want to, I'll bring it up a little closer here. I'll manually lower this hot end, and I'll watch the LED on top of the proximity sensor. Just came on. And then I'll take a piece of paper, and it does clear. The reason for that is that sometimes these things will come and that sensor will be selected to where it'll allow the nozzle to dig right into your surface and cause some initial scratches or dents or damage to the surface. So you want to make sure that it's not going to go and physically make contact. Now that we know it's not going to because that light coming on, we'll go ahead over here and we'll go to leveling, and we'll select manual, and there's a little bit of residue on there now from the filament. Okay, it's set, lights on, I check. I've got just a slight resistance. It's a little high, so we'll adjust this counterclockwise just a little bit. Try it again. It may take a few times because you don't want to do it too much, or you'll get that nozzle, like I said, into your surface, and almost perfect. Feels good. Okay, now we'll go to position 1 and do the leveling. This one needs to come out a little bit. That feels pretty good. Go to 2. This one's a little tight. Okay. That was loose. Bring it out. Feels pretty good resistance. It's a little tight. right. Clockwise with it a little bit. Now we'll go back to manual position. Feels pretty good. Okay, we've got her set up and ready to go. Let's speed a little bit of filament through. Okay. Got that factory black filament out of there, and we're ready to start printing here. As soon as our temperatures get there, we'll be ready to go. So until the next time, happy printing from New Tech Inventors.